my name's Hannah and welcome to this Spring Equinox flow. So in this flow, we're kind of going to be shifting stagnant energy, almost like a little bit of a spring clean out, a spiritual spring clean out, we could say. So shifting any stagnant energy, creating new space in the body. It's going to be a little bit more focused on lengthening and stretching. So for this one, you might need some blocks. I would have them to hand just in case, you never know. And then some space to practice. But yeah, when you're ready, we're going to get started. Okay, so we're going to begin at the top of the mat and we're going to get straight into it. So if we come right to the top, standing in mountain pose, bringing the arms down beside us. And we're just going to begin by closing down the eyes and taking a second to look inward. So having a moment just for ourselves. There's no movement, there's nothing to distract us. It's us and our own thoughts and our own breath. So closing down the eyes. And as you stand at the top of the mat towards the beginning of your practice, I want you to think about what's brought you to this yoga class today. When you think of a kind of spring clean out, spiritually, emotionally, physically, what comes to mind? What is it in your life or even just your practice that you feel like needs to be shifted and moved and released? Is there anything that you're holding on to that you don't need anymore, doesn't serve you anymore? I want you to just bring this to the forefront of your mind and use this as the intention as we move through the physical poses. Giving a little bit more purpose to our practice. When you're ready, we're going to blink open the eyes. So we're grounding down through the feet, lifting, lengthening up through the crown of the head. We'll take a breath in, sweep the arms up to the sky, come into extended mountain pose. As you exhale, let's fold forward from the hips, reach down towards the mat, and we're going to find a forward fold. So you can always grab your blocks here if you want to, soften the knees as much as you need, maybe even have a little bit of a sway from side to side if it feels good. Feeling the length in the hamstrings, there's no need for any of these poses to be completely stationary. If your body craves movement, let that happen. Feel free to wiggle into poses, to explore the poses and how they feel in your body. That's absolutely fine. Lovely. When you're ready, we're going to take the index and middle finger around our big toes, and you can bend the knees as much as you need for this. Be really mindful of how it feels. If softening the knees feels better, then make sure to do that. But we're going to start to flow with the breath. So we'll take an inhale, and I want you to lift and lengthen through the spine. So the crown of the head points forward as if you were lifting into a halfway lift. Then on your exhale, we're going to pull down on the toes, draw the chest towards the thighs and deepen our fold. Lovely. Let's do that a few more times. So as you inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, folding forward. Lovely. One more time. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Perfect. Start to release the toes, and as you inhale, slide the hands up onto your shins or maybe your thighs, come into that halfway lift. And then as you exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands down. We're going to step it back into plank, into one long line of energy. So remember, you can bring the knees to the mat here if that feels more comfortable. But think about firmly pressing through the hands and squeezing the navel in towards the spine. And we're going to work through a vinyasa together. So as you inhale, come onto the tippy toes, the feet, shoulders in front of the wrists. Exhale, start to bend the elbows. Lower down halfway, pausing for a second. And then release completely to the mat and tucking the toes. As you inhale, start to squeeze the glutes. Gently lift the chest up into your back bend, into your cobra, as high as feels good for you. And then on your exhale, we're gonna make our way back into downward facing dog. So lifting the hips nice and high, pressing firmly through the hands to send the chest back towards the thighs. And again, take a second here, maybe pedal out the feet, maybe wiggle the hips from side to side. Start to work into the shape. Start to focus on how your body feels in this pose and what it needs from the pose rather than how it looks. Lovely. One last breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Amazing. As you inhale, come high up onto the balls of the feet. Take your gaze forward in between the hands, and as you exhale, we're going to bend the knees and then step, jump or hop to the top of the mat, however you get there. Using your breath in, let's lift and lengthen up halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold it forward, release down into your fold. Lovely. Soften through the knees, take a breath in, sweep the arms back up to the sky as we come all the way back up to standing. And then as we exhale, we're gonna meet back in our mountain pose, arms down beside you. Perfect. And we'll do that one more time, flowing a little bit faster with the breath now. So as you inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale, fold it forward over the legs. Lovely, deep forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back into your plank pose, one long line. Take an inhale, shift the shoulders forward. Exhale to lower to chaturanga. Squeeze those elbows into the side of the body. Completely release. Lovely. Take an inhale, lift the chest. You're in your back bend. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Lift the hips nice and high. Lovely. From here, we're going to take an inhale, raise the right leg up to the sky for three-legged dog. And as you exhale, start to bend your right knee and open up your right hip. We're coming into scorpion tail, a hip opening pose. So still pressing firmly through the hands. We want to keep the length that we've created in our spine. And then from here, we're going to start to take the knee and the hip in a circular movement. So we're opening the hip and the knee up towards the sky at the moment. But from here, we'll start to bring our right knee towards our right elbow, then in towards the midline. Take the right foot all the way back up towards the sky and then reopen into your right hip, creating that circular motion. We'll do that a couple more times, just circling the knee. You can make these as big or as little as they need, as slow or as fast as feels good. And then the next time you're in scorpion tail, take a breath in, re-extend your right leg back up towards the sky. Exhale, we're gonna step our right foot to the outside of the right hand and we'll come into lizard. So let's drop our left knee down to the mat and you can stay on the hands if that feels good. If you wanted to take it a little bit further and a little bit deeper, then you can come down onto your forearms, but again, only if that feels right for your body. And if you have blocks to hands, you can always pop the forearms or even the hands onto some blocks if it feels good. We're just gonna hold it here for a second. If you want to, you can add in a little bit of movement, maybe shifting the hips from side to side. Again, whatever feels best for you. Amazing. Lovely. One more breath in. One more breath out. Nice. If you haven't already, we're going to come back up onto the hands, tucking the left toes under, lift the left knee away from the mat. I want you to try and squeeze your right knee into your right tricep, and we're going to try and keep this connection between our knee and our arm if we can. Press down through the hands, and then come onto the ball of your right foot, and you can stay here if you want to, or if it feels good, maybe start to lift your right foot away. Squeeze the right heel in towards the glute. The best thing to do is just have a go. The worst thing that can happen is we pop the right foot back down. It's no big deal. But we're gonna hold it here for 3. Keep breathing for 2. And 1, step it back into your plank pose. Remember the knees can drop. Inhale, we shift forward. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale up into your back bend. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Fabulous, perfect. Let's take it on the opposite side. So as you inhale, we take the left leg up to the sky, this time 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend and open your left hip. Squeeze that left heel towards the glute. See if you can lift the left knee a little bit higher. Amazing. And then we'll start the circular movement. So bring the left knee out towards our left elbow, in towards the midline. Take the left foot back up towards the sky. Reopen the left hip. Doing this a few more times. Being really mindful with this movement, noticing how it feels. Lovely. And the next time you're in scorpion tail, take an inhale to re-extend your left leg. Exhale, left foot to the outside of the left hand. We're going to come back into our lizard pose. Right knee drops this time. Again, you can come onto your forearms, you can grab your blocks, whatever feels good. Adding in movement if that's what you need from this pose. Perfect. And quite often these poses tend to feel different from side to side. So as we come into this new side, as we come into the pose on the left side, I always want you to treat it like it's a completely different, brand new pose. There's no expectation, there's no pressure, we're not trying to create a certain shape. Just doing whatever feels right on this side. Amazing. When you're ready, come back up onto the hands. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee away. Squeeze that left knee into your tricep. Press through the hands, come onto the ball of your left foot. Maybe you stay here, or if you want to, we can see if we can lift the left foot away. We're holding for 3, for 2. Step it back into plank. Well done, lovely. Inhale, shift the shoulders forward. Exhale, lower chaturanga, release. Inhale, lift up into your back bend. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Amazing, well done guys. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. Lovely, one more time. Inhale through the nose, fill your body. Exhale, release. Amazing, just a little bit more to go. So we're gonna take an inhale now, raise our right leg up to the sky for 3-legged dog. As you exhale, step your right foot forward in between the hands. And we're gonna come into low lunge from here. So you can always shuffle that right foot forward if you need to bring it to the top of your mat. Left knee drops down, and then as we inhale, we're gonna sweep the arms up to the sky as we sink and soften the hips down towards the mat. Amazing. On your exhale, straight away, bring your right hand down to your right hip. We're gonna reach the left arm up and over, coming into a side bend. So drawing that top left shoulder back to open the heart. Lovely. With every breath in, see if you can lift a little further out of that left waist. With every exhale, maybe you can reach a little deeper over to the right side of the room. Lovely. Amazing. As you inhale, we'll come back up through center, both arms reach up to the sky. And then exhale, bring the hands to the inside of your right foot. We're gonna tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee away from the earth. And then we'll start to walk the hands round to the center of the mat. We're turning our toes to face that long edge. Arms are in between the feet. We'll come into a wide forward fold from here. So as you inhale, lift and lengthen up halfway. And then exhale, fold it forward in between the legs. A little bit similar to what we did at the top of the mat towards the beginning. So as we inhale, we lift and lengthen. Exhale, soften forward. Lovely. One more time. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to release forward. Amazing. Walk the hands back round to the front of the mat. Frame your right foot. And then step back into downward facing dog. Fabulous. Inhale, take the left leg up to the sky this time. 3-legged dog. Exhale, we bring the left foot forward to the top of the mat. Right knee drops down. Let's come back into low lunge. As you inhale, sweep the arms high up to the sky. Sink and soften into the hips. Really release down towards the mat. Perfect. Bring your left hand to your left hip now. Inhale, reach up through that right hand, create length. Exhale to lean over to the left side of the room. Lovely, really nice. And continue to breathe. One more breath. Amazing. As you inhale, we move through center. And then exhale, plant the hands to the inside of your left foot. Let's come back round into our wide forward fold. So lifting the right knee away, walking the hands round to the center of the mat, toes face the long edge. This time, we're gonna sweep the arms behind us, interlace the fingers. And as you inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, almost as if you're lifting halfway into a flat back. Then exhale, we're gonna soften forward, let the arms drop overhead. And we'll just hold it here. So you'll feel that this is working into your shoulders as well as your hamstrings now, but be mindful, having the arms overhead does add some extra load to the hamstrings, it adds extra pressure. So if you need to soften the knees, that's absolutely fine. Be really mindful of that. One last breath in. And then as you breathe out, release the hands back down towards the earth. Start to walk the hands around to the top of the mat, framing your left foot. And then this time, we're gonna step forward into a fold at the very top. We're only gonna be here for a second. We're gonna come up onto the balls of the feet, planting the hands down to the mat. So bend the knees as much as you need for this. Lift high up onto the balls of the feet, and then sink the sit bones all the way down towards the heels, coming into a toe squat. This isn't the most graceful transition, but we're gonna do it nonetheless. It's fun and playful, so why not? From here, you can either keep the hands on the mat down beside you, or if you want to, maybe reach the arms out in front. And then all we're gonna do very carefully is start to roll back to a seat. Amazing, well done. Start to extend the legs out in front of you. We're gonna keep the heels right at the very top of the mat, and we're coming straight down onto our back. So continuing that rolling action all the way down through the spine, nice and slowly, come all the way onto your back. Perfect. Draw the knees all the way up into your chest, give them a squeeze, maybe have a rock from side to side. Lovely. Amazing. And then when you're ready, we're gonna meet in Shavasana, lying on our backs. Begin to lengthen the legs all the way out. Bring the arms down beside you, closing the eyes or softening the gaze. And start to let go, start to release. Nice. And we're gonna finish our practice with 3 cleansing breaths, 3 joyful rounds of joyful breath. So all that we're gonna do is take a nice deep inhale through the nose, fill the whole of your body as you breathe in. Pausing for a second right at the top. And then open the mouth and let it go. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, fill your body. Exhale, release. Last one. And as we come to rest, come back into stillness. Just noticing all the sensations that you feel in your body right now. The areas of the body that feel lengthened and stretched and worked. But also maybe a sensation within the body, almost a swirling sensation that maybe feels like a shift in energy. But just taking this opportunity to notice all of this, notice everything that we cultivated in the practice today. I'm going to leave you as you are. You can stay here for as long as you need. But thank you for joining me today. Namaste.